Right. Hello? Okay, oh, thank you everyone for being here today. And I know how much it takes to come up here and do speeches in front of so many good people here. And I somehow have found myself a 6th page that got missing from a speech before. So I think it's only fair that it gets read out. So let me begin. Complaints and problems. Sorry, strange good, but hey, ultimately, don't complain if he is late home for dinner. Now, make him comfortable, have him lean back in a comfortable chair, have cold or hot drinks ready at his demand, and speak in a warm, pleasant voice. And don't ask him questions about his actions, judgment, or integrity. Now, remember, he is the master of the house, and as such will always exercise his will with fairness and truthfulness. You have no right to question him. This is, well, interesting. And basically saying how times have changed since the 1950s, which I don't know myself, but they sound like good days. Anyway, so let me finish up with that one. Thank you all for your words. Anyway, so from me, I'd say thank you very much for coming today. My name is Oliver, if you haven't met me already. And whatever Rob said was all lies. Now, before we get going, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say what a wonderful day it's been today. And I think you agree, the ceremony's been great and Cheryl's been looking absolutely fantastic. And Rob himself hasn't scrapped up too badly. Now, as you can tell, this is the first time I've had to do this sort of speech, so I'm a little bit nervous. It's a bit of an understatement, but please bear with me. But fortunately, a wise man has told me that the best man's speech should only last as long as it takes for the groom to make love. So, with that in mind, thank you very much, everybody. I'll hand you straight over. Now, I have had the honour of being friends with Rob now for many years. And looking back through our school days, and to be honest, as Rob said, we couldn't have been more different. There was Rob here who was the athlete, and me, I was a little bit of a geek. But one of my fondest memories from our school days was in sex education class. Now, God, you know this lesson. This was literally putting a condom on a carrot. Now, 2 minutes into the class, I looked to the left of me, and there is Rob, the absolute biggest, longest, hardest balloon you'd ever seen. What? I would say he should have taken a bit more, paid a bit more attention to this class, but let's face it, we've not had such fantastic kids at Alfie Isle as we do today. Now, it was only in our late teens that we really hit it off. And I'd like to thank him for these times. So I really believe that this is the time we grew from boys to men. Now, what we did best of all is probably put the world to rights, and admittedly, he used to be over a drink or two, or maybe a few more than that. And it was the first introduction I ever had to Red Bull, which has never left me. And to be honest, forgetting what I learned at school, this is probably where I got my life education from. And one of Rob's best lessons was, and it was the age-old skill of impressing the girls with our unique banter, which got us far, and also our elegant dance moves. I'm sure some of that you'll see later on tonight, as they really haven't improved. And this will probably be really why we were crashing beds more often than not, and admittedly some of us more than others. That was a blink. Anyway, I was going to read out some cards here today, so I thought to get a full picture of the group, I'd ask a few people, as nearest and dearest, to tell me their experiences. Now, one of them you heard earlier today from the boss, so I wouldn't want to repeat that, but I think it's safe to say I've got a little packet of notes here, just more advice for Cheryl, so I'll let her read that at her leisure. And if nothing else, it's a little bit of ammunition, let's put it, whenever Rob's not behaving. Anyway, all joking aside, there's not many people you can really count on in the good times and bad. Rob is certainly one of them for me. And I trust him in his opinion, more than any others I'd say, and he has helped me have the life I have today. And for that, I'd like to thank you. and I know from this that Cheryl could not have found a better husband to have in her life and spend the rest of her life with. Just wanted to finish this speech with, well, I was thinking to come up here and do something really embarrassing for you. And just make Rob incredibly red-faced and just really put him in his place. But to be honest, partly out of fear about the repercussions I'll probably get down the line. And the fact that this man is such a good guy, I'll just have to say that I couldn't do it. So, nevertheless, let me just hand you straight over to Mr. Jimmy Moore.
Thank God Alfie hasn't seen my winking.